Hello YouTube. Thank you for your time. I wasn't planning on making a video anytime soon. I believe that absence does make the heart grow fonder, and I like to put out quality material. Quantity does not matter to me. However, I had a conversation with an individual who I will not identify because his identity doesn't matter, his ideas do. And given the atmosphere within America, the political atmosphere, we have all types of comments half-assed developed and presented as truth. Normally the individual assumes that no dissection will occur, that no thought will be given, and that it will just simply be accepted. That's not who I am. So please forgive me if I make a mistake here or there and say something out of context. If you have any questions, please make them visible in the comment section, or if you have any statements you would like to make, therefore providing me the opportunity to present clarification for my argument. Now, let's move on. But first, before moving on, let me say one more thing. Irrational ideas should be challenged. I will not pander to the likes of truth by agreement or intersubjective consensus. I suggest we maintain that emphasis on shared cognition when attempting to determine the nature of reality is not good enough. One, this process can have negative social consequences in implementation. And two, it can just be outright incorrect. Understand this video is made in the spirit of illuminating what I consider to be a falsehood. Can libertarians be racist? Well, I was told that libertarians can't possibly be racist. It's just not possible. But I'm here to tell you, of course they can be. Saying that this is not possible is an exercise in deception. Anyone can hold conflicting views, can operate from multiple dueling belief systems. Observe Christians and sexists, or a sexist who is a Christian. The conventional definition for a Christian is a person who believes Jesus is the Christ. They are also any person who is a member of a Christian denomination. A sexist is a person who shows discrimination on the basis of sex. However, many will contend that the moral foundations of Christian tenets would prevent this from occurring. That if they did this, they would not be real Christians. Well, let's sidestep the true Scotchman fallacy and use only the conventional definitions for Christian and sexist. Now that we have agreed to do this, let's look at a few Bible verses. After all, we are all God's children according to the Christians. So, therefore, we should be able to find affirmation via biblical doctrine. Let me remind you of these verses. And I do apologize, I'm pulling all of this from memory. All of you are children of the Most High. Psalms 82:6. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Matthew 5:48. And our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Matthew 6:9. Let's examine that the Christian God himself is capable of holding conflicting views. And I think this verse comes from 1 Timothy chapter 2. Also, that women should adorn themselves modestly and sensibly in seemingly apparel, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly attire, but by good deeds, as befits women who profess religion. Let a woman learn in silence with all submissiveness. I permit no woman to teach or to have authority over men. She is to keep silent. I believe that was 1 Timothy chapter 2. Then there is this wonderful verse, Galatians chapter 3, verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither slave nor free. There is no male and female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. So, there you go. Evidence that one can decree themselves a Christian and have conflicting ideas. After all, Jesus is the Son of God. Surely God would not allow the Son not to be submissive to his direction. You do remember this verse. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31. Whether therefore ye eat or drink, or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of God. To the original question, can libertarians be racist? Let's approach this from a different perspective, shall we? I understand some of you are confident that racists cannot meet all the criteria and really be a true libertarian. Well, let's look at this. If we allow a libertarian to fuse the political aspects and the philosophical aspects of libertarianism together, then the task of making proper assessments becomes tricky. If you acknowledge the distinction between a political stance and a philosophic, rationalized mental attitude, then manufactured ideological shelter becomes a mirage. If you are politically libertarian, you think that government's only role is to help individuals defend themselves from force and fraud. Hence, it should be small, government that is, and out of your business and your personal life. I think that's correct. This does not prevent you, however, from investing in a different belief system that you accept as authoritative. Actually, from this position, your libertarian beliefs helps racism to thrive. Well, if you had your way, let's say, and you were racist and a libertarian, which you say that you can't be, there would be no governing authority to function as the parent. Thereby, no one to impose a penalty on your poor choices of racial discrimination or abusive behavior due to your belief of superiority. Now, if you dwell not in political function but the philosophical landscape of libertarianism, then little things like freedom, liberty, the idea of the individual reigns king. I think that's fair to say. Evaluation is based on individual merit versus some collective sham. You would reduce the thought of groups as mainly the desire of humans to classify according to what they presume is a natural or specific relationship. By spotlighting the falsehood that a libertarian cannot be racist, we acknowledge that reason matters. They indeed can, for the reasons that I have shown. And the attitudes of people in a society does have bearing on how that society will turn out. So, allowing irrational thoughts to run amok, to be unchallenged, is harmful to us all. And if we know how to approach this without slamming another individual and dealing specifically with their ideas, then it becomes a beneficial exercise. Many times, it can be dangerous to allow a saying to be widely accepted as self-evident. I hope you understand now that libertarians can be racist. Those who dwell in the political aspect solely are very capable of being racist. Those that are more so or solely in the philosophical arena, well, they would probably not be racist. Thank you for your time.